that. We're already ready to get into our pistol round here. It's going to be Revelation on the CT side. Reflex not wasting any time with a quick hit over towards the B bomb site. Two players on the crossfire. We're back up on the way. Taps on, taps. They're not ready for the man out here. Hawk with two headshots and the third and the fourth. Sayonara T side. Reflex shut down in the B apartments.
Hawk making an absolute statement there on that B apartment hole, just finding all the heads with the USB. What a way to start out a map here for Revelation Gaming. Absolutely fantastic stuff. He's able to upgrade immediately onto the M4A4 and, of course, a good amount of utility as well, whereas Reflex, they are down onto the Eagles.
Now, force buy back in this one. That's how they played out the initial part of Dust 2 as well. Revelation on the CT start obviously want to get easy control of this one. And then it's Reflex with the hand cannons. I'm hoping that maybe they might be able to do a little bit of damage, but Revelation should be able to take control of this one. Rush to start things off by taking out Fraser right up towards top mid. Some wall bangs, some lucky shots from the T side, but nothing will come to fruition. As Russ will give away his position once again, just tries to see if he can take down one of the T side players here towards underpass. But no real presence other than that held by Reflex. Revelation just going to wait back on the bomb sites, get ready for the hits, get ready for the hand cannons, who will take Russ down. Stab around this corner will deal with Adam at least for the 2-for-1 trade. So well played from Revelation to maintain the man advantage.
Yeah, with the MP5, which isn't really, in my personal opinion, a great weapon, but some people managed to make a whiff. Kingray with a fantastic one dig though. He's looking for more onto JSav, but simply can't find it. The second round being converted there for Revelation Gaming, and Reflex, they're going to have to be forced back onto an eco here. Maybe they can pick up a couple of Eagles, a couple of P250s once again, but you know, with the economy changes here in CSGO, of course, it makes that second round force buy just a little bit more feasible. You can get a little bit more bang for your buck in terms of weaponry coming into that second round, or you can just decide to flat out save and get yourself a buy for the third round of the game.
Yeah, now I'm going to opt to go for the eco in this one, obviously, with the force buy not going well into round 2. Ross did not spot Adam. Doesn't matter though, he's going to get naded at the service, but all the same. Russ will spot Link instead, trying to tag him down, do a little bit of damage to 51 points of HP. Whisk will be falling, and actually not ready for Link's face, actually. Nice deagle shot to shut that first man down. It's a 4 versus 3 scenario with Revelation picking apart the Reflex side as is expected. 2 players remaining in Fraser and Link, and I'm not expecting much out of this round. It is an eco. Hopefully the hand cannons of the Eagles could do some good damage out here again, but you know, based on how that force buy went, I'm not expecting a major amount. 60 seconds still left. Bomb on the back here of Fraser. As he moves in, just pixels away from being spotted out by Hawk. When's he going to face? Oh, he's going to sneak under, and he gets the headshot as well. Alrighty then, Fraser. Fortunately, Leaf is there towards short to try and back it all up, but Link now, yeah, 1 versus 3. Facing in, loads of damage done, Leaf will double up. 4K for him overall, actually. And it's 3-0 for Revelation.
Yeah, sometimes you know, it can be scary, a particularly scary moment where you hear that 1D ring across the map, but only able to find the one head right now was Fraser's Eagle. So 3-0 is the scoreline right now, going the way of Revelation Gaming. We'll get the first buy round of the game underway. Then Russ quick into window. He misses the jump though to go towards under. That's a little bit of a blunder that he's made there, but he's able to recover as he'll miss the shot on towards top mid, but that smoke able to, you know, give him the option of getting away. Adam smoking top of connector, where players do lurk behind that smoke. It gives them, oh my God, Adam a bit of an option there to go up too short, but finds the shot onto JSav, and now mid control firmly in the grasp of the T side.
Yeah, first man down is JSav, a 5 versus 4 scenario for Reflex. First man advantage they've had so far throughout the course of this map up here. Let's see if they can try and keep control of that one as they try and execute into the A bomb site. The bomb's rotating out towards the apartments, where Whisk is already ready to hit. Got 1 man back in the form of Impact here towards CT stairs. Will receive the flashbang and just get the full frontal face of it. Tapped up, and they're going to hear those scopes as well. The AWP from Russie. What can he get done out here? No one is checking the power position. That could get dangerous. He tries to duck down, take a first pop shot back away. Look back onto these boys. Ooh, does hit a footsteps. I didn't take that first frag. Look back in with the second man. He knows he's right around the corner. His impact gets the spray on the first and the second. And Palace has been shut down. King Cray left alone. 1 versus 4. CT's all around him. The AWP shots from Russ are going to miss in the first 2 faces. But Impact will get the triple kill. Nicely locking out a great defensive, recovering the man advantage on Revelation.
Yeah, Russ ever dangerous with that AWP. Only finds 1 kill in the round, but he does have the support of Impact as well, getting the 3K on round number 4 of the second map of the best of 3. On to round number 5 now. Revelation, fantastic start for them on their CT side, forcing Reflex back down onto those Deagles. We got a Mac 10 on towards Adam as well, as the jiggles will start to happen at the top mid. Russ may have just been completely timing there as the player is able now to cross towards the mid boxes, but Adam though, he's just playing with fire a little bit, just literally perhaps, as he forced the player off of window. But here comes JSAB then, come down through connector, very aggressive peek indeed, and it does pay out for him. He's able to drop back through towards jungle.
Do you lose that first player though? That's the bottom line here for the Reflex side. Revelation hang around that mid position to shut down the first player and hopefully try and see if for a little bit more. They know that they've given up a lot of this map control to the T side. Fraser also knows it of his own right, jumping up. J7 does not hear this man. Back turn for a moment, and now facing him. We'll now spot the only guy they have here on the T side, here towards Connector. Face against Impact. Impact will take him down. Leaf coming in from the backlines as well to try and make sure that kill does go to the favour of the CT side. Walk spots the head of King Cray. He goes spawning all the same. Wisp takes the 20 points of health. Knows that Leaf's out towards one side, trying to get the legal shot on the man over towards Ben. Dodges it, takes the kill, and Leaf follows through with his first in this round. It's 5-0. Great start for Revelation Gaming. The CT side looking just as good as it did in Dust 2.
Yeah, Hawk once again very strong on that apps hold, taking a little bit of an off angle on top of the broken wall near bench, and it really gives him a little bit more time, maybe just a fraction of a second, as the T players just have to adjust their pre-aim to try and find him. That's sometimes the advantage that you need to get yourself the frag in that situation. But Leaf, he's going to get through a couple bits of utility out through mid, trying to stop this mid take that Reflex have been going with for the past couple of rounds. They have been managing to get this mid control, but they haven't been able to do anything with it because the actual site holds themselves from Revelation Gaming have been so strong. Hawk getting that information that once pushed up through towards short will also warn his teammates of the danger that the vent poses now as the players in ladder room.
No kills going either way so far. Still a minute and 15 for that to change. Reflex have a bit of an aggressive CT4 to deal with. Look how far Russ has pushed up in the Palace position. AWP and everything, so first cross is going to be very, very awkward for the T side. Meanwhile, we've got J7 and Impact ready for a crossfire of their own right. The AK ready to take first face, and look at how far Russ has gone up. One good spray down kill, good open things up. Oh. Actually, they combine on both players. The AWP can't get back far enough. He's way too late to the money. And Revelation will rotate their last few players back in and try and defend against it. As the AWP slowly moves back further, closer, forward. So many kills from him to find this weapon is not ideal for this. He'll face, he'll spot, he won't look for Fraser. He knows now. Facing for the kill, takes the first and the second kill. And Hawk is able to recover with the kill. It's only 2 versus 2. Leaf comes up to Connector, and Adam's left alone towards mid. Still gets the trade frag, and we're all evened up. 25 seconds left on the clock. They know the last CT is out towards the heaven area. Scratch that. No, he's gone towards B. He does not realize this Adam can get a bomb plant nice and safe here.
Yeah, safe indeed. Adam has free reign. Not that he knows it of anywhere on the A bomb site there he wants to plant for right now, as Hawk will realize this and head his way up through connector. Just a complete question mark over the positioning of Adam from the perspective of Hawk. But Adam, aggressive peek on the post plant, actually catches out Hawk as he tries to make his way upstairs. And usually the common knowledge is when you have maybe an advantage in the post plant that you don't go for an aggressive peek, but some players rely on their aim and actually do make it work.
Well, not in this case for the Revelation side, obviously. 1v1 scenario, just end up losing out. Reflex, of course, in with their first round of this map up. Will they end up conceding is the question. Well, Russ will certainly look for a good kill. Miss on the AWP, in this case, Adam spraying his way on through. JSAB gets down Adam, a 5 versus 4 scenario. They continue to try and frag away. Link with a kill back on JSAB, and King Cray continues the fragging power. 2-for-1 trade. They were to the Reflex side, now they move into the A bomb site. We've only got Impact here. Backup is on the way, but it's instantly getting taken apart, and Russell that remains. They'll drop the bomb for the first. Fraser knows what's up on the backside. Is incoming. They have no idea about this. Russ trying to get into ladder room, just face. Not spot King Cray in this case, so back in the smoke. That's the second round on the board for Reflex. That's another one string together, 2 in a row.
Yeah, Reflex getting themselves up onto the board. It was a shaky start here on Mirage, going 5-0 down, but you know, starting to recover things somewhat, and they might even get this round as well, as I have to be very careful with how I phrase that, because there's been some insane P250 plays so far this Epic 26, and can that trend continue? Revelation Gaming will certainly hope so on the CT side. Hawk's going to tease around the back of this smoke, just lie in wait, and King Crazy's definitely aware of this possibility, but will that flashbang actually hit Hawk? It won't hit Hawk, so they won't get the sound cue. So Hawk's just going to lurk in the smoke. Fraser's trying B-hop all the way through B-apps, and it gives Hawk an AWP to work with as well. He knows exactly the predicament that he's got himself into now, and how do you manage this from Reflex? Oh, he almost lands a shot there, but Hawk, he needs to land these shots, but finally he gets taken down by Adam. And now the bomb still isn't even down on the site. It's still in the apartments. Revelation Gaming have all the time in the world to try and rotate their remaining players onto this site, but it's simply not going to happen. But oh, what could have been for Hawk there if he was able to land that second shot.
Yeah, he was hoping for an AK, he got an AWP instead. He tried his best to work with it, but just not to be in this case. 4 players alive. Leaf left alone as the last one for the CT side. And there it is. 4 players on the AWP, goes into the next round for Reflex. 3 in a row for the T side here. Not too terrible of a half, all things considered. You know, the pistol's going really well for Revelation. The M4s can come back for these boys, obviously with the eco. Hoping they can do a little bit more damage. You just say, oh, the possibilities, what could have been for that squad. In the end, it's just another eco on the board for Reflex, of course, to take Revelation in with the M4s. No AWP this time. They're going to try and take an aggressive mid-control as a result. They'll leave 1 player out towards Connector and 1 more on towards Short. Ready and waiting for any of the Reflex players to round these corners, get those easy frags, trusting them to get a man advantage for the CT squad. Also, Rossi is once again pushed up aggressive in the Palace area. I mean, this didn't work out last time, but he has got an M4 this time. It's Leaf and Adam. Awkward sprays. Adam does win out the fight, though.
Yeah, just spraying and praying while completely blind, but look where the bomb's going. It might go right directly into the path of Russ. Russ catches out Fraser there, but finally gets traded out by King Cray. That could have been absolutely tragic there for Reflex, but they managed to recover. They also managed to get a frag on towards the A site as well, so the site's going to be briefly open. We've already got a rotate coming through by JSav, and Reflex, they kind of a little bit stumped about what to do here. They're just holding very, very passive. Whisk will try to look for further entry on towards this A site, but it's not really like he has any support right now. He has the bomb moving up through Connector, but JSav, he's just got completely timing there. Just as he looks away from the Connector, he's able to land a spray on towards King Cray, but he needs to do so much more in this situation. Here comes Hawkwell as well, Hawk with the flank as well, and he failed to find the frag onto Wisp, but Adam cleans up the round. Reflex living life on the edge.
Dink down on that M4. That's heavily unfortunate for Hawk as he came in for the backstab. He was a little bit quicker to the mark. He might have saved his teammate. That might have been a bit more of a possibility for Revelation. In the end, not to be, as Reflex make their way within 1 of the CT lead with AKs to spare. Plenty of money still kicking in spite of the 4 men that fell in the last round. And they will stack on the B bomb site Revelation this time as Reflex go towards A. Not very good, I don't think, from this round. It looks like it's just going to be a simple affair of execute, get on the bomb site, get a plant. Revelation can't do much to stop that. I don't doubt that they'll be able to do anything about this retake either. We'll rotate as they hear some utility. 2 players going to go out towards the A bomb site. I should think they commit the entire force out there, and Adam will just take Hawk down to start things off. Very simple stuff. It should be coming through with the AK as he gets himself 2, make it 3, make it 4. Ace, potentially. He's lost virtually no HP. I think it's the Deagle here of Leaf.
There we go.
Headshot. Eco ace, 5 frags, and 5 on the board for Reflex.
Easy peasy for Adam. Getting all of the eco frags presented to him actually brings him up to 12 in this game so far. An interesting thing to point out that Fraser, big star in on Dust 2, has only found 1 frag in the entire 10 rounds that we've played so far. He needs to pull something out the bag. His team have done well to try and recover things to this point, drawing level at 5-5 on round 11. Here comes the boost, though. Well, Russ up on top of the boost. Absolutely fantastic stuff there from Russ. Changing up position. He's usually an A player, but he had to spawn for B. He had to spawn for short, and he decides to use it. But not going to find any further kills right now, at least through the smoke. But as the smoke fades, that possibility becomes more evident.
Leaf and Impact are going to get 2 more frags to follow up with the first AWP kill, and now all resting in the hands of King Cray and Link. Cray's only got himself 1 frag so far. Oh, sorry, it's 9 frags so far in this half. Link will be able to get himself 1 good headshot on the 1 man. JSAB's just going to let him pass. Up here on Tetris, expecting this to be a mid player. They're going to read it. Are they going to spot him out? He'll spot, he'll spray, he'll catch off the man towards Firebox as well. So he has the information on where they're playing at. The bomb can get planted. So Reflex have plenty of time to also make their positions bolstered. Revelation make their way into the retake. 2 coming in from CT and 1 on the backstab. Keep your eyes on Hawk. He's about to become a very crucial element of this retake as he moves further forward. They haven't accounted for this. AWP gets shut down as Link gets the first headshot. And now they peek together. Here they go. Leaf with the first kill. It's all going to rest on King Cray. Back here towards Dark. Here's the footsteps of the 1 CT player. Up top, he does not realize he's on Palace area. Leaf is up here and he gets the kill instead. Revelation get himself a 6th on the board here, keeping control of the lead just about on the CT side.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty smart from Hawk regardless, even though he doesn't get a kill in the round. You know, going up on towards that Palace division coming from ramp, it can cause a little bit of confusion if you're a T-sided player in that in a post-ban situation. You're not really going to expect that, but 6-5 is the scoreline right now. Ops out on both sides, full buy on both sides. Fraser going for the early peek. He lands a shot onto JSAV, and in reply now, Revelation will start to get aggressive up through ramp. Rush playing very, very close with that AWP, but no one's greeting right now.
Backing off very quickly once again. The aggressive force of the CT Orpa will hopefully get a pick out here towards ramp. They are playing out towards the A-bomb site. Backed up the impact for the quick trades, but we've seen how well this crossfire has worked out for Revelation in the past, and the short and thick of it is it's not very well. A minute and 15 to try and see if they can catch off a Reflex player before the hit seems to come through. The execution seems to be set smokes and Molotovs towards that short position, and Russ is ready for this. Flashbang away, re-peeks and sees a shadow and catches the first man as he crosses. Re-smokes will come in from the CT backup, but they're coming in from Palace as well. They haven't accounted for this position, but Russ still gets King Cray down. Spray comes through, he even gets another kill with the AWP, and Hawk gets there just in time to back them up. They will lose their AWP, but they do get the AWP back. 3 stay alive. Revelation up to 7.
How has Russ been able to find another kill there? That must have just been a random shot through the smoke that managed to connect. But that is going to be another round going the way of Revelation Gaming. They're managing to stem the bleeding somewhat after a good run of rounds from the Reflex guys. There's the jump from Russ up towards short. That's a nice little bit of movement there, but it's not really going to work out in terms of any frags for him, but just showing what he can do.
I mean, at the end of the day, Reflex were able to counter that so well just by putting that smoke up, the forces in back behind the short area. So, you know, they've got to read on what Revelation's defaults are. They know that AWP can go aggressive, and now they're going to go aggressive to their own right. Right here towards the apartments, it's Hawk and Russ with a crossfire. Russ with the first kill. Hawk comes in with 1, drops the bomb. Here on the bomb site is Leaf, gets one of his own right, and it's just complete discombobulation for the T side. All that remains is Adam here towards short. But not much that he can really do, as all of his teammates have just capitulated here in the apartments. A 1 versus 4 scenario with 1 kill already to his name. In ace clutch with so many high HP players. Not ready for impact in the Sniper's Nest. And he will ring Revelation up to 8. Now 3 in differential between the CT and T sides.
Revelation starting to get the momentum train trugging once again. Hawk on $5,000. Impact just brought down to about 4,000. So even if they do lose this round, they can send out a couple of drops there, so it isn't all dire if they don't get this one. But Russ with the pick on towards Link as the rest of these Eco Reflex players will decide to push mid. But there we go, Leaf death from above on the short position. Leaves Fraser into 1 versus 5 with a deagle in hand.
Missing every bullet, unfortunately, does not land a tag on the likes of Leaf. Russ and JSAB will not get away unscathed, but they will get away alive, and that's what's most important for Revelation. All 5 staying alive. The money is bolstered. It is looking good for round 15, so no real chance that Reflex could have done any damage. And obviously, 2 AK staying in play for the CT side means that there's extra firepower to work with against Reflex, who have thrown up a bit of a half so far here on Mirage, but it looks like this is where the buck stops. Can they get themselves 6, or will Revelation be looking super, super good right now? It's out towards the short area while Leaf's going to try and take mid control. That's that AWP down towards underpass. He might be on to challenge one of the T-side players out here. It all comes out the timing, and actually King Cray is going to win out that fight against Russ. Good stuff for Reflex to start things off, and they instantly react to that opening kill straight in towards the mid position, up on short. We've got Adam with the smoke up. Flashes and Molotovs continue to try and keep themselves at bay, trying to keep any sort of map control for Revelation, but they still boost Leaf up here Towards the short boost, flashing in, and I can avoid it entirely. Revelation will still be down a man so far in round 15.
They will indeed, without their star AWPer as well. Starts to get a little bit concerning when the man with the fragging power with the sniper is not on the server, at least for this round. But Reflex taking things slow but steady right now, just having a little bit, well, they had a little bit of an explore towards mid, but instead they will just back off this one, instead decide to head their way up towards the apartments, and we have a lurk coming out from one of their players as well. That's going to be Whisk there on the A ramp, so his job is just to make Revelation Gaming second guess themselves when this B hit starts to come in. Leaf boosted up a little bit on towards the site here, but will fall, and the frags will go the way in general in the way of Reflex, and they manage to clutch out, finish out the round, excuse me, 9-6 at halftime.
There you go. 9-6 Revelation. Reflex. Getting a good half on their side at the very least, you know. I mean, the T side wasn't amazing, wasn't fantastic, it wasn't anything too punishing from the opposing force. In the end, Revelation will come out on top, however, a great CT coordinated force, you know. Again, I do have to give credit to them where it's due, you know. The CT side looks so good from these guys. Whenever they're playing like a well-oiled machine, they're losing no frags against their opponents. They're losing no frags to the Reflex guys. So, same thing on Dust 2 as well. You know, and I guess kind of they are similar maps in the sense they are kind of puggy style. They have that same sort of like 3-lane structure. But, you know, for Revelation, you know, it's a massive sort of like boost to get yourself a good start on the CT side. Not quite as dominant in this one, however. 9-6, 3-round differential. And Reflex, of course, can turn that around on their CT side. We do take a quick technical pause. Not really sure what kind of a pause is, but either way, we will stop the momentum of the matchup for just a moment. Allow them to talk things through, figure things out. Get yourselves under control.
That's where you start considering maybe a little bit of an unorthodox strategy coming out for the pistol rounds. I've seen some teams like to do the... well, there's one of the university games I actually broadcasted for the Newell where they basically... they faked towards B, but the actual bomb planter that was going to go to A pushed through A, through CT, killed a couple of players on the way to B, planted B, and then clutched the round. UK University CS. That's just the explanation for that. I don't know if you have any more to add to that. Any more weird plays on pistol rounds that you've experienced before? I
mean, I have seen some of those matches where, you know, the bomb's gone through the floor. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was it Dust 2 Short?
Yeah.
It was also one on, I believe it was Inferno as well. But, you know, I don't think I casted either of those matches, but I was there watching it live when it happened. I was like, you what, mate?
Yeah.
Sorry. No. That shouldn't work. That shouldn't happen.
So Valve, please fix your displacement maps.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't even a displacement issue.
Oh yeah, that 3 quick video.
Yeah. So
video.
like,
I haven't memorized it.
No, I don't know what the situation is with that. I mean, I know that it's not quite as common now, and I know it wasn't really that common in the first place. But regardless, you know, Revelation not going to be getting soft so easily when it comes to their own T-side hits. A small technical pause to try and figure things out. It seems like it's going to be a bit of an extended pause, perhaps. I believe we might be asked to send to a break in a moment, although I say that. I'm not really sure what the situation is right now, to be honest. I mean, if we can get an explanation, that probably would be quite nice.
Yeah, if they've been mentioning it in chat, maybe one of our observers or the producer can just write it down on one of the many notepads that we have here lying around, just to give us a better idea of what's going on. Because of course, we as casters on our casting station, we can't actually see the chat, but they can. But
well, our preview's gone as well.
Yeah, our preview is gone. So maybe a couple of more major technical issues than we thought.
All right, then. Okay, I'm being told that we are going to throw to a very quick break, so don't go anywhere. Of course, the Epic 26, this matchup for Epic 26 will continue in just a short few moments.
Counter-Strike coverage at Epic Land is sponsored by Class Hosts, and Grosvenor Casinos.
All right, welcome back. Apparently, it was not quite as long as we thought it would be for Revelation and Reflex. We thought there were some server problems, but either way, Revelation quickly ready to get into the execution. They've actually cleared up the A bomb site using utility alone here, Connery. Bomb plant will go down. There will be a 5 versus 5. No retake advantage for the Reflex side or for the Revelation Gaming squad. They move in with the pistols out for Fraser. Shut down immediately by Leaf. Impact will come up with a frag, and Hawk with an A down on King Cray. Adam will return 2 quick kills. Can he get himself the 3K against the headshot's not going to quite happen against Leaf. Another double facing him, so no chance left for him in this one. His 10 to 6, Revelation up to double digits.
Yeah, a relatively standard setup there from the CTs on the pistol round, just preferring to do more of a retake A strategy than anything else. And, you know, sometimes it does work out, but you risk giving away basically the free bomb plant towards the A site for the T side players, and then you have to manage a 5v5 retake. And when you have 3 players pushed up towards CT like Revelation had in that situation, then that can be a really sticky situation indeed. But as we get the second round of the second half underway here, Hawk and Leaf, they'll push very quickly up towards Sean. Hawk will actually swap player sitting at the box, and that nade will do absolutely nothing as it gets trapped behind the steps, and he'll get swarmed coming through towards Connector now. So Reflex will pick themselves up a kill for their issues, as they'll now try to retake the B-bomb site, but with only USPs in hand.
King Cray doing so much damage to Impact, but JSAV still gets that frag, and of course the eco is not, well, the force buy, I guess you could say, half buy, whatever you want to call it, is not going to go well for Reflex, and indeed they will go falling here to the hands of Leaf. Quick SMG kill on Whisk, and Adam and Link are the last 2 players. Look at just Link is the last one left. He'll get a kill. I think we can find Impact. Nope. Rush will shut him down, and there you go. I think they may have lost a couple of AKs on that T-side half, though. That's going to be a bit of a problem, obviously, with the heavy investment that is required and with how tender the economy can be in the early couple of rounds. Yeah. Not a great look for Revelation, all things considered.
Yeah, it is a slight concern. Of course, Russ actually opting for the MAC-10 in this situation. That was saved over from last round, so at least in his case, he's taking it as more of a bonus round, even though JSAV, of course, is on $50 after the buy. So that can be a little bit of a concern if Revelation actually end up losing this round. But quick out onto both the B, they will go. Link is able to be there to defend Whisk as well, chiming in with a frag of his own. But the trade frags will be there for both Impact and JSAV. The bomb will go down onto the B site then. 3v3 retake has to be managed now from the Reflex side, and they've got all 3 points of attack covered. They can attack through market, they can attack through short, and they can attack through the apartments as well.
Rush are going to get aggressive, see if we can take down one towards that market position. So close, the M4 spray will not catch any stray bullets. The smoke clears. You know how close one of these players is. MAC-10 will get a kill as King Cray gets one back, and Fraser frags over to the apartments. It all rests in the hands of Rusty, and now 10 seconds on a full defuse. Will Reflex pull this off? But they're not ready for this. They will be able to force the pick. But if I'm stuck the timer for a moment, this is going to be close. I think he might just have it though, yeah. The defuse will come through for Reflex. They're going to get a 7th here on the CT side.
Yes, they will. Very close run of things, of course. I'm not entirely sure if they actually bought a K in that round, which, you know, doesn't leave a lot of time for the retake to happen, and take their time they did. And you know, that was played ideally if you're on a 1 versus 2 bomb defusal, or excuse me, 2 versus 1 bomb defusal situation. You basically have your one teammate stick the defuse, you have the other teammate just ready and waiting there for the peak to try and close out the rounds. But of course, the bomb diffuser in that situation did let go of the bomb, which is why it ended up being very close in terms of the defuse right at the end of that particular round. But coming on to round number 19 now, 11-7 is the score line, and Revelation Gaming, they force sport into this one. They've gone AK on Russ, Impact, and Leaf, but J7 Hawk only having to deal with the Deagles in hand. Fraser getting the first kill of the round, jumps back through the smoke to try and help with any particular A-hold, and an A-hold it is going to have to be as Adam gives the sound cues. He drops down, so his no position will be known, but the flashbang is absolutely fantastic for the CT side. Adam gets the frag as well as King Cray. Adam gets his second of the round as well, and meanwhile, Hawk all alone on shore. A little bit of a lick coming out, but can't find the frag onto Whisk, and Reflex, they get themselves another round on the board, bringing them up to 8.
And there we go. CT side starting to grind back against the Revelation Gaming squad. P250s and Glocks out for Revelation. No real buy up here. It's going to be full eco for the T side. Reflex on the other hand. 3 AKs to work with, 1 M4 and 1 for Mars. Straight rush from Revelation out towards the Palace position. It might catch King Cray off guard. He doesn't see them fall by 3. He's up shit streak. And J-Sav will take him out of the equation. Adam and Fraser back away. They are going to be able to get some fragging together. 2 versus 3 scenario. They have taken a number of rifles and they're going to catch Fraser unaware. 44 points of health. Continuing back down, P250 just going to keep him suppressed. Naze will go forward as Wiz takes down Hawk, and now Leaf will be dealt with all the same. So Revelation Gaming take a couple of those AKs out of play. I think they might be able to have enough time to go find them all. And second one found. I don't know if Whisk has... yeah, there you go. So 3 AKs stay in play here for Reflex EU and Revelation Gaming. Very confident rush, very confident eco again.
Well, that initial attempted hold, though, feels 4x3, man. Like,
Fields forward, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's exactly what cost him there, because he just couldn't see the one corner that we can all see on our 16:9 monitors. This is why 16:9 is the more superior aspect ratio Kitty makes use.
Yeah, I'm old school. I play 4x3 stretch, as still a large amount of players do. You know, preferring the wider carrot models, the wider gaps that you can look through, but you do sacrifice the peripheral vision. And, you know, can get yourselves into some interesting situations where teammates are screaming at you, you see him, but you can't see him because he's like right on the edge of their screen because they're on 16:9 and you're on 4x3. It's, you know, it calls for contention at times, but these guys, they'll be able to look past that. As Revelation Gaming, again, looking up for some mid-control, flashing up through the smoke as well. Hawk, very, very quick indeed, and he's going to get challenged here by Adam. Molotov is there to just delay things. King Cray able to get himself 2 frags in this round already. Brings it down to a 5 versus 3 situation, and Leaf got himself a good couple of bits of map control here, getting himself out connected. That's a fantastic pick on towards Adam as he tries to get himself out on towards the A-bomb side. J-Sav has a lot of work to do still, but can't find the kills required. And now Russ, AWP versus 4, bomb in hand though. So every little helps, and there's 1v1 on the B-bomb side here if he goes the correct way, trying to get those B-hops in as he gets himself into the app. So you're going to have to try a little bit harder than that, Russ, but it's still a 1v1 on the B-bomb side nonetheless. Whether Russ will be aware of the situation, that is a completely different issue. The flashbang will be whipped, the Molotov will go down. Whisk is the only player left on his B-bomb side to try and defend, but the more time Russ spends looking at this angle, the less likely he's going to be winning this round, as the rest of the Reflex team, they will close in, miss the shot on towards Market, and then Whisk, that is his cue to peek as soon as he hears that AWP fire.
Yeah, so much stall time for the Reflex EU side. They just held back for so long. And in the end, it did not work out for him, of course, just suppressed by the Molotovs, suppressed by the incoming CT players. They know exactly where he was, and 17 seconds left by the time that hit came through, and just missing that AWP shot, that was lights out. Revelation, confident CT half. They've had 2 pistol and conversion rounds so far here for the T side. A little bit less than that. Awkward utility coming through as well. It's also been a bit of a common theme so far from these boys. Extra nades down. Oh, Russ not having a great time. Nade also come through from Link to do even more damage, but in the end they will charge up before he can use it. And he takes down Impact to start things off. Whisk here towards the bomb site. Link gets himself 2. Whisk gets another, and Link will be dealt with, but Whisk is still here. Drops the bomb on for his 3k. It's Hawk, dink up, but no kill. 3 kills for Whisk. Stays alive with 13 HP. And that'll be 11. Where Reflex are going to equalize against Revelation Gaming.
Yeah, that seems to be the theme of this series. These guys are so close. But Revelation Gaming with the map advantage right now. If what we've been told is correct, we'll be going into overpass for our decider. This should be a very interesting predicament indeed. Hawk finding the peak as he gets himself towards the ramp position. He saw 2 players cross as well. That's also information that he can use. to his team's advantage, but King Cray now getting a little bit curious about that ramp position, because some teams do like to get that initial pick on towards route and then just completely back off of the situation. And then King Cray thinks maybe that's what's happened right here, but the thing is, Impact sitting behind here at this tight angle. Does King Cray expect it? No, he does not. Impact able to gain an even more of a mad advantage for Revelation Gaming.
Fraser can't quite get the trade either. Towards Palace, he's going to spot the player, of course, crossing, but he's not going to be able to get the kill. Revelation, this is more like the well-oiled machine I was expecting. The T-side getting picks per picks, finding Reflex on the overextensions, and of course that cell shot from Hawk to start things off. Meanwhile, Leaf still lurking very effectively over here towards the Palace, the apartments area. Whisker going to rotate in. He's actually going to support the A-site hit. Well, the A-site defense, the hit is ready to come through from Revelation. This could be a gamble play that works so well for Reflex, unless Leaf can get up towards the bomb site. He's creeping in, he's moving up. He's going to realize that there are no CTs here. He's going to hold on, guys, hold the phone. Get ready for a quick rotation because no one is here on the B bomb site, and indeed they will put that bomb right back over, rotate in, and I imagine everybody else is going to fall back off the back of that, whether they put up smokes or not. It doesn't look like they have. By the way, Jace are going to have a very, very long horde, and Leaf will be here to just try and cut off anybody that makes their way inside. Russ will lurk as they see flashbangs coming through and just keep the CTs over on this bomb site. Will fall back because he is on just 34 HP, and 15 seconds will remain for Revelation Gamers. They get this bomb plant down for default, and Reflex realize they have been pulled for an entire ruse. Nothing Whisk can do from this position. I don't think there's anything that they can do at all from the CT side. Link will take down Russ at the very least, take that one player out. But this is as far as Reflex are going to go in this round. They're going to eco, they're going to save, as Revelation will reclaim the lead. Yeah,
fantastic patience there from Revelation Gaming. Yeah. Just waiting to see what the information is like from Leaf on that lurk play on the B bomb site. And as soon as he gets out, checks, checks the angles, just calls it's clear, then, it's a really obvious call from then on forward. And then once he gets himself pushed up in the market position, that's an even stronger position to try and defend the bomb plant from. But three-man save coming out for Reflex. They'll save an AWP and 2 AKs into the next round here. Revelation Gaming will take the lead.
4 more rounds to try and take away. They would have been able to double up their scoreline, essentially 16-11 on both maps, if they can get the next 4 rounds flawlessly. It all comes down to their flawless nature, because look at the economy state of Reflex. They'll have enough for buys and drops in the next couple of rounds, at least for the next round. Let's see whether they can try and work with that, of course, with a victory out here. Reset against Revelation Gaming will be absolutely crushing to the T side. Hawk, realizing this, knows that he has to get a pick out here. He has to try to find an opening frag. If Whisk jumps for this, this could get ugly. Ooh, okay. Brushing death, giving him a high five as he goes by. Bullet just missing his head. Fortunately enough, it's going to be a Reflex not losing that opening frag. Got close towards it. And if you've got any information to the other T-side players, just seeing that AWP out, I don't know if that could be a lock or just a standard default play. Revelation could settle for the execution on the B bombs, but they can rotate out of the apartments instead.
They're kind of lucky that Reflex haven't pushed anything at this stage, because they have a grand total of 0 map control. So they'll instead decide to split their way up towards this A position. Hawk trying to tap away, but not able to find the player of Adam, who is sitting in this connector position. This double Molotovs going into window one. Actually went towards the underpass, but here we go. Up through short. Revelation will decide to go. And are the B players ready for this sort of play? Whisk is sitting at the van, throwing utility to try and delay. Catches a couple with the flashback, that doesn't catch anyone in the head with the rifle, as the frags will go either way here. It's a 2v2 situation now, and the bomb is not planted just yet. We have 28 seconds on the clock, and Leaf, he's clear to plant, but is that the most ideal plan there in the apartment side? He does have, of course, his teammate of Rush just sitting just outside the market door as these CT players start to edge their way in, and the Molotov will go down. Leaf trying to tap away, but not finding the shot. Oh, he almost burns alive in the flames. He gets away with murder there. Brings it down into 1v1. 13 HP, one shot from that AK anywhere on the body will spell the end of Leaf. The defuse will come in, and we're level once again.
And there it is, the crushing reset against Revelation. The bomb plant will help them in the economy states. They might be able to get another blight together, but this will be their last chance against Reflex. You still have tons of cash available for the CT side. A bit over-aggressive, I think, from Leaf to go facing it, to play as passive as is possible to try and avoid the kill. Going on 13 HP and everything. And now both sides within touching distance of this map victory. For Revelation, it will be series victories. They're going to go back to basics. First time we've seen set execution for the bomb site. Smokes down towards short on the connector area, on stairs, and onto CT spawn. They will vacate the A bomb site. Leaf will take down Fraser to start things off. Great start on top of the stairs. They make their way inside, further around this corner.
Oh.
Leaf gets blind, but Impact will be taken down. A little bit of damage done by Adam as well. Small gap in the smoke. Russ is going to go falling, and Link follows through onto a Hawk. Blind spray through the smoke leaves J7 and Leaf in a 2 versus 4 scenario. Reflex to the confident retake scenario, and they get both of the picks. 3 players stay alive. Great stuff from Reflex to get control of it. They take the lead away from Revelation.
Back and forth stuff here on Mirage. Is that exactly how it was on Dust 2? We may be staring down the barrel of a potential OT here on Mirage. You can see up on the scoreboard, you see string of rounds for Revelation, string of rounds for Reflex, string of rounds for Revelation. It's just that you get that slight momentum, and all of a sudden it's broken, and the other team manages to retake the lead as well. Fraser looking for the P. Oh, he doesn't get the timing. He doesn't smash with the smoke. He finds the one shot on towards Leaf, but these eco players will be relatively easy to deal with as long as Adam lands these sprays. But it's only JSAF now against Fire with the CZ, and it's basically a throwaway round for Revelation, although they might get something out of this if he can recover a weapon, but that weapon will be defended by King Cray.
14-12, Reflex looking good here on CT side. As a tactical pause will be called by the Revelation boys. They kind of need to at this point. They had such a confident start on the first half, and now it's all but crumbled to pieces here. They've had 3 rounds so far in the second half here, Connery. Got to remember that this again was after such a coordinated, well-oiled machine. It's barely ever come out so far in the T side. Reflex are taking full advantage of that, able to get round after round after round, resetting a couple rounds ago. And one more buyback for Revelation. No money to work with in the next round. Possibly means that Reflex could take this off the back of this next one.
They could well do so. Reflex on 14. Of course, they need this map to stay in this series and take it to a decider on overpass, where things can really go either way. As this may not even be a tactical pause, considering that Fraser hasn't bought anything yet, neither has Hawk. So we'll have to get that one sorted out, but it is either way going to be
it's tactical.
A final buy, or at least one of the final buys potentially for Revelation Gaming. Getting those AKs up onto the board. No AWP to work with in terms of the ramp pick or the mid pick at all, so they're limited in what they can do somewhat without that AWP. Meanwhile, Fraser has one in his hand for the Reflex Gaming side as we're towards B. Lethal decides ahead. He spots the player saying a van, but not able to land the shots at all, so an early explore towards the B side of the map for Revelation doesn't result in anything though.
They're trying to get map control suppressed by a small smoke issue. Bouncing it off the wall instead of where they wanted to go out towards the apartments. Revelation Gaming are basically going to commit in full towards this B bomb site. Looks like execution sets are about to be set up. Keep your eye on that mini-map. Keep your eye on all the smoke lines, the utility lines. As they come over, flashbangs in. Whiskers completely blind for a moment in time. Molotov try and force him back out of his positions. Leaf gets one. Whisker turns on the first and the second. The Molotov from the gets the kill. But Wick still turns around and keeps control of the man advantage. But Reflex, Fraser getting close. Oh, he lands the Deagle shot on the head. And Rust is left alone. A 1 versus 3. 2 players out of the market. He lines them up. But he can't get the frags. Adam with the trade puts Reflex on that point.
Yes, he does. We're staring down the barrel of a 3rd map in this series, but can Reflex finish this game? Can they close it out and bring us to that decider? That is the big question that we have to ask here. And what is the strategy now from Revelation Gaming? Fraser once again with the movement up on towards short. Can catch out the player as he tries to cross, but the shot isn't there. But here they go, out on towards the A bomb site. But the thing is, King Cray has managed to find himself in a position where he can shoot at their backs, but it's still going the way of Revelation Gaming right now. They can get the plant down on towards the A site. They even get a kill from the lurker of Hawk as well, and maybe even a second as Fraser. He is completely blind. Revelation Gaming are working their way back into this map. A 1 versus 3 they have to defend.
Well, here we go, Reflex. Not getting away so easy, it seems. Revelation. Great execution to make this whole thing work out for them. Whisker will still try his chances, but in the end, will go forward. It doesn't matter too much for Reflex. They've got tons of cash in the end of it. Revelation, they are on the back foot here in every single manner of form. Still not a lot of money despite saving 3 rifles. So they can't get full sets of utility out. Obviously, they are 2 rounds away from Reflex on the 15th. Overtime still is possible, you know. Again, win this one, get a good chance, win the next one. One more buy up against Reflex, but Reflex win this one. If they get even a small hint of the idea of a snowball effect, maybe this round could just completely crumble and we will be off to map 3 overpass. It's Rust to open things up for Revelation though. Nice face against Fraser. Out towards jungle, he will fall. No set execution coming in for Revelation just yet, but they have got the positions ready for it. And Adam is creeping closer to try and shut it down.
He will. Instead, he heads towards the ladder, getting himself perched up on towards Palace, but no one going to be heading their way through that smoke anytime soon. Revelation Gaming all stacked up outside A, but towards the ramp position they are. Hawk, though, on the look once again. Got himself a good position here, just under the window. Try and catch out the window player, but here come the Molotovs out on towards the side. Not going to cause any disarray for the Reflex side right now as they'll try to defend this A bomb site. Frags going the way of King Cray and Adam. Whisk is chiming in with one as well, impacting a 1 versus 2 to keep Revelation Gaming in this map and look for the OT and look for the 2-0. The fake plant will come in. He'll push through CT instead, and just as he turns back, Blink will find him through the box. We are going to a map 3 for the first time here at Epic.